All right, great to have you back. You're still watching This Morning on Loveworld Plus. And you know, it's really a interesting discussion we're going to be having right now. Now, according to reports, Nigeria has been ranked as one of the poorest countries in the world. Yes, and that was an alarming report that really shows the bigger picture of what actually Nigerians are facing with a basic take-home income, not more than maybe $2 a day. But the truth on ground is that Nigeria is not really poor. It's about the poverty of the mind. And the Bible says that my people perish because of lack of knowledge. There is a knowledge that is lacking that would have empowered people to be able to actually achieve their aims and objectives. And now that brings us to the crux of today's show, which is going to be an empowerment, discussion. And so if you are just watching us right now, bring everyone around, family, friends, because this might be that opportunity to turn around your financial situation, status, or circumstance. On today's edition, this segment of the show, we'll be talking about a very interesting financial empowerment tool, which is Forex trading. And on today's edition of the show, I have a gentleman. His name is Francis Chisora. He's been in business for over 10 years. The key strength in brand promotions around the world. He's built several organizations, founded a training and leadership organization with a mission to empower 1 million Nigerians by 2020 in the area of Forex exchange. He holds a bachelor's degree and a student membership with ICANN and CITN and other professional organizations. Now, when you hear Forex, you might become skeptic. There might be some skepticism that might be greeted with this, but Chisora demystifies Forex and brings us a new awareness about what Forex can do for you and me. And let me bring him to the show. Welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me.
Francis.
Thank you so much.
Well, before we go into the Forex part of it, let's take it from a general perspective first. Henry, you started off by saying that Nigeria has been rated as one of the poorest countries in the world. It's been rated as one of the worst places to live in. It's been rated as one of the worst places to invest in. Yeah. So tell us, what builds this notion? What informs this notion or this ranking of Nigeria being one of the poorest, one of the worst places to invest in? And what are we not doing rightly that keeps us on that edge?
Very well. More and more people around the world have become aware of the way to do business. We live in a fluid world where you have to be dynamic with changes. And if you go on Wall Street, for instance, you see that more and more millionaires are being battered on Wall Street because of the level of information they are congruent with. The youngest South African millionaire is a young man called Sandile Shazi. He's worth about $400 million. Sandile Shazi, at the age of 16, actually found the architecture in Forex. At 23 years old, became the youngest millionaire in South Africa. Now he's 25, going 26. You see, we live in a fluid world where you need to be congruent with changing the world and changing information. You see, somebody once said, if you're not current, you can't be correct. So the dynamics is, I need to be incongruent with what's happening around the world. And that's why we're actually pushing out Forex information. The information around the Forex space, before now, only banks and government and speculators and hedge fund managers trade Forex. If you're not in that category, you can't trade Forex. If you don't have $100,000, you can't even come near. But today with $1, you can actually multiply your money. And I tell people there are three sets of people: those who earn money and spend it, those who earn money and save it, and the third category are those who earn money and multiply it. And the major difference between the rich and the poor, that the poor have only found a way to earn money and either save it or spend it. And whatever you spend ends. But the rich have found a way to earn money and multiply it. And that's where the world plays. A couple of days ago, our own CBN, 7th of August, Punch overviews in the Punch newspapers, put in about $210 million in the interbank Forex market, our own CBN. It's no news today that banks trade Forex, and heavily for that matter. So right now, you and I can now play in that same market. We can multiply money. He said to one, he gave 1 talent. He said to another, he gave 2 talents. He said yet to another, he gave 5 talents. He said the one he gave 2 and 5 talents went to multiply it. He said the one he gave 1 talent went to bury it. And the master got back to him. He said, what have you done with the talent I gave you? He said, I went to bury it. And he gave, Father, rather,
what a repay you not so.
He said, wouldn't you have taken this money to an exchanger? The Forex market gives you an overview. And the question is, what then is Forex? Because most people hear about Forex.
Yes, what is Forex?
Yes, because I really know, I know that's where
Okay.
he's going to dwell.
Okay.
But he's not touched on my question yet.
Okay.
What really is keeping us as a nation? Because I don't want the show to be all about Forex and Forex and Forex. As a nation, as a people, what's keeping us at that edge? What are we doing right as a government, as a country? How can we, yes, individually, you might want to say we can begin to invest in Forex and all of that, but what's it that we're not getting right? Because when you go out beyond the shores of this country, you begin to wonder, you know, are we cursed or are we the cause of this?
We're not cursed. I'd answered that question, but I'd rather throw more light into it. I'm where I am right now because of my level of information.
Exactly.
The truth is, if I change and grow in my level of information, I change level. Somebody once said the strength of the oppressor is the maintenance of ignorance. And a wise say once said, he said, learners shall inherit the earth. He said, but the land are beautifully prepared for a word that never exists. So the question is, we need to be exposed to the right, effective information. And we're not cursed. We're not a cursed nation. And the truth is, if you have the right information, you change level. You see, information leads to transformation. If you're not informed, you're deformed. And that's what we're bringing as an arcade, as a company. Bring effective financial information to the space.
You are the CEO of a Profit Arcade
Very well.
Academy. What's the vision behind Profit Arcade Academy?
The vision is to educate, empower, and enrich 1 million Nigerians. And we have a goal to make that happen between now and 2020. We're deliberate about the goal, and that's where we're to provide information. See, the more information we're exposed to, the better we live and the better we get. So, and the goal is between now and 2020 to empower, educate, and enrich 1 million Nigerians around the Forex space, around financial information that will help them change their financial game, to at least do $1,000 every month between now and 2020. Today we have testimonies of people who have actually raised the bar and doing more than that. And that's amazing. I have Oludaya been a HR executive for 15 years, been locked in 9 to 5, Monday to Friday for 15 years, all her life, bumper to bumper. This lady today is financially free. I have a Dorcas who lives in Akute, works in Lekki, was on a mother of 3. And you know, all she knows is the 9 to 5s, but today she's financially free. So people are able to multiply their money and take charge of their investment. And more so to learn a skill set. I tell people the formula for success is desire plus skill times faith equals success.
Desire plus skill
times faith equals success. The formula for success is not desire times faith. You see, God will only bless the work of your hands. So you need to have a requisite skill set that helps you to play. But there are 2 types of skill set. People need to know this. The first type of skill set is what we call an operation line skill set. Right? Now, a lawyer needs to be in the chambers to adjudicate most of the time. A doctor needs to be in a theater to operate. You know, a journalist needs to be here at the studios. Now, because there's an external factor that completes the process. But the other kind of skill set is what the rich advocate their children and their children to play in. It's called the personalized skill set. A skill set that needs no external factor. Okay. And that's what we're putting into the space.
Okay.
You know,
so how can you begin to demystify Forex? Because when most people hear Forex, it tends to sound so ambiguous.
I think so. That's why you can tell us what actually is Forex.
Awesome. Forex simply means buying and selling of currencies. Okay, I live in Nigeria, I'm going to the UK. I can't spend a naira in the UK. I need to exchange it. I live in Australia, I'm coming to the US. I can't spend the Australian dollar in the US. I need to exchange it. Maybe for leisure, for travel, for transaction, you know, whatever purpose, I need to exchange money. As countries remain countries and currencies remain currencies, Forex will remain. So the question is, how do I get involved in that interplay? Anytime you exchange currencies, somebody somewhere is making money. So foreign exchange is an architecture where the wealthy play in. And the question is, when you do that, somebody's making money. It has always been there, and we've been doing currency exchanges, but now it's on a regulated, formatted, structured platform, where you can now trade on a platform called the MetaTrader 4, provided by the broker, under the regulation of the World Bank. So people today can now trade on any device. Now, because you can download an MT4 on any device, on your smartphone, on your laptop, you can actually bring down an MT4 and now trade currencies. Now, it's buying and selling of currencies. There's a time to buy the USD. There's a time to sell it. I will not buy the USD when we had a hurricane in the US. The dollar had deepened. I'd rather sell it. The rule of the game is buy low and sell high. It's just like you sell and buy commodities. You know, I buy a shoe at Okari, I sell it in Ikeja. I buy low and I sell high. I make a margin. That's foreign exchange. So there's a time to buy and there's a time to sell.
Fantastic.
Okay.
Fantastic.
Yeah, a follow-up question now. Now, there's this notion that, you know, the fear that people have to invest in Forex, you know, they liken it to the stock market when, of course, you know what happened to the stock market years back, and they got to lose a lot of money. So there's this fear that people have in going into the Forex that, oh, we're going to lose money in the shortest possible time. What is the confidence you can build in this kind of people, that, look, it's not that volatile, so to speak?
Okay, great. Sandil, I would like to quote Sandil Shazy. He's worth about $400 million today. He's 25 years old, going 26. And, you know, he's just proved to us that he's not in the age, but in the stage where we realize the dynamics are changing. Complexity, they say, is the enemy of execution. What IML has done as a platform, the company we partner with.
What is IML?
Okay, IML is International Market Live. They're a first-class Forex education and software provider. What they've done is to demystify the Forex space, to simplify the process that makes it possible for any rookie to play in that same market. Just any rookie can play in there. And what it means is, if I'm willing to learn, I'm willing to change, then I can play in that market. He has simplified it. I like him to say that what he has done could be related to what they did in Dayton, Ohio in 1901, the Wright brothers, when they flew the first plane. What Christopher Terry has done is to simplify, demystify, and break down the complexity around Forex. And that's through the IML Academy, an educational platform that gives you the requisite education, the right money management skills, and the right skills to really trade Forex. He's traded for JP Morgan and big corporations. People call him the Cristiano Ronaldo of Forex. A phenomenal gentleman, made millions of dollars in trading. Thanks to Christopher Terry, simplified the process that ordinary people today can now go into that market, playing the same market that government and hedge fund managers and speculators and banks play in the most simplified manner. So
okay, go ahead. So, but because of our time is running down, you have an event coming up. You want to tell us about that? Okay.
If you live in Lagos, as one of the mandates we have, we are actually having a major event at the Sheraton Hotel and Towers. That's in Mobolaji Bank Anthony Way in Ikeja. It's an event we're having tomorrow.
Okay.
It's a ticketed event, okay. But in the vein of Profit Arcade, our goal is to empower, enrich, and educate 1 million Nigerians. We'll be giving out 100 free slots for that event tomorrow.
100 free slots.
It's deliberate. We can't take everyone. We can only take a few.
Okay.
We've done this in the past, and we've seen life change. Okay. I've seen people literally start from zero to hero. I have a Raymond Arkham, never made money before, never really made money in the Forex space, knew nothing about Forex. Today, making thousands of dollars daily trading Forex. It's a world of possibilities, and many more people. So tomorrow's event will be holding at the Sheraton Hotel and Towers, Mobolaji Bank Anthony in Ikeja, and there'll be 2 sessions tomorrow, 10:30 and 12:30. It's by reservation. All you need to do is to send profit to the number. It's going to be on the screen.
The numbers will be displayed on the screen now, and you send profit. You send profit to that number. So what about people who don't stay in Lagos now? How do they participate, or how do they get involved in this?
Okay, as a brand, we actually move out of Lagos from time to time. If you're outside Lagos, just put in your full name and your location, and also send to the number.
Send it to numbers. Okay, the numbers are on your screen right now. Those are the numbers. Send profit to those numbers. And if you don't stay in Lagos, you can also send your name and your contact, and Profit Arcade will get back to you. So it's going to be holding at the Sheraton Hotel and Towers.
Yeah, it's going to be at the Sheraton Hotel and Towers, Mobolaji Bank Anthony Way. And I just want to refer back to what he said.
Okay.
You see, in money management and trading Forex, you're not meant to expose more than 1 to 2% of your capital per time to the market. What it means is that if I'm trading a $100 account, I'm not meant to expose more than $1. It's a 0.01 lot size. What it means is, even if I'm going to lose, I'm only going to lose $1. And there are 3, it's that easy. But people, 2 major factors has actually led to the failure of people winning the Forex market in Nigeria.
I think that's what stigmatized the Forex, name. When you talk of Forex, people are apprehensive because when Forex first came into Nigeria, people made a lot of losses.
Very correct, very correct. And that's the 2 reasons basically. As number 1 is lack of adequate knowledge. Number 2 is lack of the right money management rules, and that's rather predicated on greed. It's a greed factor. You're not meant to expose more than 1%. You see, there are 3 rules in growing your account in Forex. I call it the 3 Ps. The first P is called process. The second P is what we call patience. And the third P is profit. You see, you need to follow process. Ensure you follow process patiently, and profit will come. So it is process, patience, and profit. So what you're meant to do is to grow your account. You see, if you dodge the process, you miss the product. So what you do is to grow over a period of time. Can you take a $100 account to $200? Can you move it over to $300? Wanting to make $1,000 out of a $100 account in 24 hours is rather not the way to go. So what you're meant to do is to follow the right money management rules. And there are 3 rules. The number 1 rule in money management is protect your money. The number 2 rule is make money. And the 3rd rule is protect your money. I call it PMP. Protect, make, and protect. Now, all that IML brings to the table is a platform that gives you adequate education and information in the most effective manner. So while you're learning and getting a skill set, and this is not just any skill set, a personalized skill set.
Okay.
You know how you trade Forex trader to the desert, give him a phone and data, you find him in a hotel in no time because he's able to make money.
Oh, that's interesting.
It's empowering. It's a personalized skill set that while you're learning, you have the opportunity to also earn. And that's what they've done that really, really amazes people. That I'm a rookie day one. I don't know nothing about Forex. I can leverage on the experience of master traders while I learn. One of the popular applications they have, which is an earning tool. We have the learning tools that helps you to gain effective knowledge. We also have the earning tools. The earning tools allow you to earn while you learn. One of them is the swipe trade. The swipe trade is you get entries from master traders and all you do is to copy, paste, and profit. So I'm a rookie from day one. I can actually copy and paste. The same way you copy from a WhatsApp group to another WhatsApp group. So what the company has done is to help you begin to have a feel of the market, to experience the market while you learn. So it's a learn and an architecture.
Beautiful.
Oh, wow, that's been very, very illuminating. And definitely, if you are looking for financial empowerment and alternative source of income that you will not affect, your normal 9 to 5, I think Forex is the way to go. And the Profit Arcade Academy Limited have all it takes to take you to that El Dorado that you've always aspired to reach. So I want to thank Francis Chihora, yes, for coming on the show. Any final words before we go?
I tell people, I just take a quote from The Richest Man in Babylon, a popular book I recommend everyone to read. Like I tell you, it's about information. It says the prosperity of a nation is a sum total of their individual prosperity. If we're going to grow as a nation, every one of us have to really get up, sit up, and take charge. Thank you.
Oh, fantastic.
Thank you very much.
Fantastic.
What a way to conclude.
Fantastic.
That's his talk on that.
Yeah, everyone must take charge, and I like that statement. Let that be your mantra as you go about your day. And it seems that Marshall and I, our job is done for now on this segment of the show, and the sports guys will be taking it from here. I'd like to say have a fantastic weekend, and yeah, if you definitely have time, make out time to attend the event at the Sheraton Hotel and Towers. What time did you say it's starting off?
We have 2 sessions, 10:30 a.m.
10:30
and 12:30 p.m.
12:30.
No African time.
No African time. Fantastic. Well, that's all we have for you, and it's been a great pleasure being here on a beautiful Friday morning. Do have a beautiful day going forward, and we'll see you on the other side of next week, Monday. Bye-bye.